it's been a few days, but like I said the other day in the reading, I got to rest at the moment. I've just got to do what it is that I'm called to do. And when rest days arise, because no offense, I'm more important than you, and my energy is more important than yours, because everybody's responsible for their own energy, right? So if you're feeling like you need to take a break from something and you need to bed rot all day, do exactly that. We are in a time at the moment where introspection is incredibly important. And if you're not being introspective at the moment, I would highly recommend it. So, I'm proper fucking late. My schedule's gone all out of the window. So, we're just going to shuffle some cards. If some people rock up, then some people rock up. But if they don't, they don't. And it's not the end of the world, because there'll be a replay later. So, don't really have any messages this morning, apart from the fact that everything's still a little bit upside down. And how funny, just when I said everything's a little bit upside down, the Hanged Man came out. So let's get a couple more shuffles and then we'll jump straight into the reading. Hello, good morning, welcome to everybody who is just joining us. Don't worry, I've not even properly started the reading yet, so you've not even missed a thing. We'll give it another couple of shuffles and then we'll jump straight into the reading. Morning, Elaine Chicken. I hope you're doing all right in this very fucking weird, strange and odd energy that we're experiencing at the moment. Somebody commented on one of my videos the other day about, would the Northern Lights affect your energy? And kind of, yeah. It's weird at the moment. The Schumann resonance has been weird. It feels like we've had another timeline jump, but it feels like it's going to jump again. So just be careful with your energy, because at the moment it does feel like, with everybody balancing the 3D and the 5D, that we're kind of in and out of timelines at a rapid sort of rate at the moment. And well, the bottom of the deck says it all, really. It just might have you feeling like you're a little bit off your throne or off your game at the moment. Don't let that feeling of being off your game be like the be all and end all of everything at the moment, because the planets are wonky, everything's weird. We're in Mercury retrograde. I think Pluto or Saturn or another planet's gone retrograde. The energy just feels really, really strange, and it's definitely fucking super difficult to sit in. And it's like, can we all have a fucking break now, please? Because like, the energy's a bit much sometimes, and it's really difficult. And ironically, with the Empress being on the bottom of the other deck and then the Sun being on the bottom of this one, like, don't allow this weird energy to knock you off, because what happens after introspection and weird energy is the fucking good stuff comes. And yes, I know it feels like we've been saying the good stuff's coming for ages and nothing might have rocked up at the moment. It's just things are being energetically prepared underneath the surface. In the same kind of way that a riptide will come and rip you off your surfboard. This is what the energy's doing, where things aren't aligning or things are misaligned. They are being behind the scenes, like, all brought together. My guides are like, you're being made to stand to attention at the moment. So whatever it is that your attention needs to be focused on, and it feels like it needs to be focused on you right now, don't let these shitty energies kind of drag you down. We've had the Hierophant in reverse twice now, and the Hanged Man twice. This is awesome. Like, the energy is difficult to deal with, and as long as you're sitting there and you're doing the things that you're supposed to be doing while you're in this energy, you're going to be good. I mean, this Empress, she can flip back upright at any time, but with the two Hanged Man cards being here, it's like waiting for a different perspective, or being introspective within yourself enough to allow a different perspective to kind of form, or to take a new place in something that you're thinking about in your everyday life. With the Hierophant being in reverse and the Devil being in reverse, this is about keeping yourself and your mind away from toxic energies at the moment, and not doing everything in the way that other people tell you that you're supposed to do it. Like, everybody has this idea of how they live their life and the things that it is that they're supposed to do. And for a lot of people, you're not supposed to follow the same route that everybody else is taking. So if you're feeling like you're doing something and you're not really getting the support or the results that you need, keep on doing it, because the way that it is that you do things, there's something very significant about that. There's something very different. There's something that's very not the same. So there is going to be a change in the energy, and it's going to come in really kind of quickly if you're waiting for something. And I feel like there is a lot of waiting at the moment with the Hanged Man coming out twice from both decks. This is coming in for you. Let's see what this information is going to bring for you when things finally start moving. Does feel like it's a little bit of a secret at the moment. And the secret is actually that you've been deceiving yourself about something. There's something within your subconscious that's being very deceptive to you at the moment, and it's making you say, fuck no, I can't do this. And actually, stop, check yourself before you wreck yourself, because what the fuck? You can do this. And it's probably because this Empress is off a throne at the moment, and you might be feeling like, I can't do that. You're looking at something that you're doing in your day-to-day life at the moment with an old, outdated version of yourself, and it's just, it's kind of not gelling. It's kind of not working anymore. So release that. Do whatever it is that you know you're supposed to be doing, because this subconscious deception, that it's like, oh my God, I can't do this on my own. I need support from people. That's bullshit. I mean, okay, yeah, having support from people is great, but what this reading feels like is you're on a journey to become incredibly self-sufficient at whatever it is that you're doing at the moment, whether that's being self-sufficient in your business, being self-sufficient just within yourself and managing your own feelings and managing your own emotions so that you can get through this. I mean, this fuck no card, it's deceptive. It's tricking you in some kind of way, because once you push past that, you can make yourself ridiculously happy. And this does feel like you've got something in your mindset that just needs to shift, because the Sun card is here. Let's not forget about that. And so's the Empress. And even though the Empress has come out in reverse, it feels like this is you unnecessarily blocking yourself off from something that you know would be ridiculously awesome for you. Let's get a couple more cards and we'll see what else is going on in this situation. That's a messy as fuck shuffle. Are we taking all of those? We sure are. Oh my lord. Oh, right. This feels like it's about your business or your career or something that it is that you're doing at the moment. You've been putting all the effort in and you've not been getting the results. Just because you're not seeing the results that you want to see at the moment, Archangel Michael wants me to remind you that Rome wasn't built in a fucking day, so get a goddamn grip. That might sound rude to some people, but honestly, I feel like if you're watching this, Archangel Michael and your own spirit team and your own guardian angels have been trying to get some kind of intuitive message to you. And it's not like you're missing the message. It feels like you're misinterpreting it just a little tiny bit, or there's an old way of doing something that you keep on going back to and allowing it to like con you out of whatever this is. I mean, if you read tarot, need I say any more? Listen to what your intuition is telling you and take that running jump off the edge of a cliff. And to some of you, taking a running jump off the edge of the cliff might feel fucking scary, might feel scary as fuck. But if you don't do it, then you're not going to turn yourself back upright. You're not going to have this happiness, this fulfillment. And this Empress coming back into the upright is going to be super significant for you. It's just that there's another card of waiting. It's like the universe has got you sat in the corner like your baby from Dirty Dancing. And in that scene where Patrick Swayze's like, nobody puts baby in the corner, you're putting yourself in the corner at the moment, on like a bit of a weird time out, because you've got this limiting self-belief that you can't do something when actually you can. All it requires is the courage for you to take this running jump into the newness. And you know that when you take that running jump, it's going to be awesome. I mean, the Sun card came out. What more can we say about that? Let's get some pot tarot. I wasn't going to use these today, but fuck it, might as well. Tell me a little bit more about this weird situation. Why is it that my collective are waiting at the moment? This is fucking hilarious. So the Fool's come out again with the Death card and the Ace of Joints. If you're into tarot, you'll know that in this deck, Joints are wands. This self-limiting belief that you've got is keeping you stuck in the corner like Baby from Dirty Dancing. And now is not a time for you to be backed into a corner with your back against the wall. Now's the time for you to, like, come out swinging. My guides are playing that bit from that Eminem song, coming out swinging so fast it'll make your eyes spin. You're getting knocked the fuck out like Mike Tyson. The proof is in the pudding. And then it's skipping, like that bit's on repeat. The proof is in the pudding, the proof is in the pudding, the proof is in the pudding. And maybe before in your pudding you've not really had any proof that this is going to work, but intuitively you know fine well it is. This comes back to seeing is not believing. Believing is seeing. And as soon as you get that faith back in yourself, for some of you, you've got a massive blockage in your solar plexus. Your solar plexus chakra is your I am chakra. And when it's blocked, it kind of makes you forget who you fucking are. And for a lot of you, this cycle that we've been in recently, it's ground you down, it's made you a little bit jaded, and it has in fact made you forget who the fuck you are, which is why the Empress in reverse came out at the beginning of the reading. Go slow, take a breath. We are in retrograde season at the moment, and retrograde season is all about slowing down and allowing yourself to receive the messages that you might not have been picking up correctly. I did say before that there was some kind of miscommunication in the message that you've been receiving at the moment. You're misunderstanding it, and that's why this old version of yourself is being louder than the new version of yourself at the moment. Tell the old version of yourself to shut the fuck up, because you've been through the death process and now you're coming out into the rebirth process. Rebirth is not easy. If you've got children, you'll know that birth is not easy. It's a whole entire fucking process, popping a baby out, and this is what you're doing at the moment. You are birthing something that is brand new, and a lot of people around you don't understand why it is that you're doing what it is that you're doing. I mean, no wonder the Fool's come out fucking twice. Like, newness is scary. Putting new ideas into process so that you can bring your ideas into reality is very scary, but this is like putting one foot in front of the other kind of energy. Archangel Raphael said some of you need to be a little bit more consistent in what it is that you're doing. Not that you need to try harder, you just need to make sure that you're waking up, dressing up and showing up all the fucking time for your damn self. And because you've been jaded in this previous cycle, it makes it be even more of a scary factor. That's why the Devil card came out, because within yourself, you sort of know this. And it's not that you're being toxic or that you're reverting back to old habits, but you're like on a seesaw, tottering on the edge of an old version of you and a new version of you, and there's something else from the old version of you that you need to let go of. And it's definitely this self-limiting belief that's stopping you from taking the running jump forward that you intuitively know is going to be awesome for you. Because maybe you've taken that running jump forward once, twice, 3 times, 10 times for some of you, And every time it's not panned out how it was supposed to. So, of course, your subconscious is going to be like, oh, fuck no, you can't do that. Your ego's job is to protect you. Everybody has a fucking ego, whether you want to admit it or whether you don't. Your ego's job is to keep you safe and make you feel comfortable. And taking a running jump off the edge of a cliff does not feel safe. It does not feel comfortable, and it's not supposed to. This is about you being brave. It's about you stepping up. It's about you doing the things that you intuitively know to get yourself out of this. I don't want to say heartbreak, because heartbreak's not the right kind of word to use. To take yourself away from what it is that's made you feel jaded, because that was an old version of you. This is you actualizing the new version of you and bringing it into existence. For a lot of you, you've been backed into a corner. Like I said, it's made you scared, it's made you afraid to take this running jump, to take this leap into something that's going to be really awesome. But if your ego and your subconscious keep on saying, fuck no, we're going to end up being hurt again, then it's just doing its job. You have got to get your brain to be louder than your ego. You have to balance your intuition, because you know that something fucking amazing's coming. And for some of you, you might not even be able to put your finger on whatever it is that this amazing thing is that the universe is about to drop in your lap. But the universe can't show up for you in that kind of way until you're ready to receive this. And I did say that the other day. There's something that you need to let go of to allow yourself to be able to receive this from the universe intuitively. You know it's coming. You've had all the hints, you've had all the nudges, and you've waited a really, really, really fucking long time for this. But it doesn't seem to be coming for you. And like I said the other day, it can't come, especially if your nervous system's fucked. And for a lot of you, your nervous system is really fucked. No wonder your ego is being loud at the moment and telling you that you can't when you can. You need to sit down, have a word with yourself, write in your journal, because writing is the best way to be able to release things. It's the best way to process things in a way that not only you understand, but your subconscious can understand and your ego can understand as well. Because when you're writing it down, then you can go back and you can read it over and over and over again, and there's going to be something very beneficial about you putting pen to paper and getting your words out. For some of you might even be musicians. You might have some kind of writer's block at the moment, might have the difficulty getting the words out from inside your brain so that you can make sense of it and get it into something that is cohesive and coherent that you can understand. At the moment, it feels like there's some kind of disconnect between your thoughts and feelings and what it is that you're trying to bring out into the world. You've got to allow that to come back together. You've got to allow it to like reconnect, which is funny because I was out walking last night quite late, and I had Shuffle Play on YouTube, and Disconnect by Becky Hill came on 6 times practically in a fucking row, and that's very unheard of for me. But you have got to disconnect from everything that's not aligned with you at the moment, and there's an old version of yourself that's just not quite in alignment with this new version of yourself, and you're not moving forwards because it feels like you're avoiding some kind of unmitigated disaster. But the truth is that actually, with the Wheel of Fortune being here and the Ace of Swords, there is going to be no unmitigated disaster once you keep on doing this. Once you get over the fact that your ego keeps on telling you no, but like your 5D and your spirit team keep on telling you to drive something forward, drive it home. Once you get over that and it reconnects with each other, then you're going to see the Wheel of Fortune's here. Like the Towers, they're done with now. You've done the fighting part. You've done the hardest bit. It's just because you're disconnected from some part of yourself, what it is that you're about to do or what it is that you're trying to do at the moment feels so damn difficult. And it's just because You're out here waiting for this tower to strike. You're out here waiting for it to fucking blow everything to bits like it has done in the past. But it's not going to. This is an outdated way of thinking, and it's really not working for you anymore. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. Get your fucking journal out. Do the things that it is that you're being guided to do at the moment, because this fuck no energy, it's just got like monkey mind and ego written all over it. Follow what it is that you intuitively know, and do that in a really quick thinking kind of way, but make sure that you're doing it with healing in mind, because ultimately that's what matters. What matters is that you are healed, so that you can keep on pushing forward, so you can not necessarily quash your ego, but so you can make it be a little bit quieter, because it feels like it's very, very, very fucking loud at the moment. That's weird. Okay, so if some of you watch TV, or you like to have TV on in the background, turn it off. Turn that shit down. It feels like it's very loud at the moment, and what you need right now is the quiet, so that you can sit with this information that you know is correct intuitively, and make it come into your 3D, because that's the whole point of life. Like, oh, that's clever. Right, okay, so Archangel Michael wants me to tell you that healing's actually a cheat code. It this is going to sound really weird and out there and kind of woo-woo, but you've all met me before, right? So we'll just go with it. Healing is like the ultimate cheat code, allowing yourself to take these running jumps after a difficult cycle where it's felt like you've given it your all. Like, that's the cheat code. Heal yourself and then take the running fucking jump, and the universe is going to be there, like, to catch you, like the hand of God. I mean, you all know I believe in something higher than religion, but I don't know why they wanted me to say it's like the hand of God. Some of you might be super religious that are watching this, but you are protected, and that's what a lot of you are forgetting at the moment, that this is divinely guided. And when you accept that healing's just a cheat code for life to allow you to push through whatever difficult circumstances it is that you're going through at the moment and bring yourself back into balance, then Ace of Cups, look, this is more, the Ace of Cups fucking twice, man. Like, this is more than just potential. You're not even seeing your own potential at the moment, and that's just because you're jaded. Take your rose-coloured fucking glasses off. Get outside, give yourself a bit of fresh air, allow yourself to sit in the uncomfortable silence so that you can hear this message, because it's loud. And if you're not sitting in the silence at the moment, you definitely need to be, because whatever it is that you've overcome, yeah, it has been difficult. Yeah, it has been incredibly fucking shitty. Yes, it does feel like it's hard work. It's supposed to. The whole point of healing is so that you do the difficult things, so that you can transmute your pain into power, so that you can come out the other side shining. And if you don't believe in yourself and your ability to take this running jump into, like, eternal happiness is what they want me to say, then this Empress, she's just either going to be upside down, or she's going to keep on coming out sideways. And you're not supposed to come out sideways, you're supposed to come out upright. I mean, we have the High Priestess here as well, and to get the Empress and the High Priestess, this is like the spiritual realm, the physical realm, for them to both come out in the same reading. Like, that's awesome. And if you want this Empress to turn upright, all you need to do is listen to your intuition, quiet your ego, tell it to shut the fuck up, because you've done the difficult part, and what your ego is stopping you from doing is actually kind of easy if you'd allow it to be that way. It's like you keep on making it really difficult for yourself, and there's no real need to. The tower's been overcome. The death process has already happened within your life. Now you just birthing it, but you're out of energy and you may be out of resources for a lot of you. Don't panic about that, because the universe is trying to make you see what it is that you need to do so that it can all come together, because the hard part's over. I know I've said that about 15 times now, but it really is. I mean, we've got the Ace of Cups twice, the Ace of Wands, and we've like, there's pretty much all the fucking aces here. You're lacking this belief in self so that things can come forward. Like, you're not in this broken kind of energy anymore. The broken energy is finished, it's over with, it's done with, and you're allowed to sit around and feel sorry for yourself. But don't sit around and like wallow in that kind of energy, because energy is like an ethereal kind of magnet. You get back what it is that you put out, and if you're putting out into the world this, oh my god, I'm miserable, I can't do this kind of energy, then everything that you're attracting turns into this miserable kind of, oh fuck, I can't do this kind of energy. And you've, like I said, you've done the hard part, and you might feel like it's not fucking fair with the Justice card being here in reverse. Like, you've got to turn it upright again, and the only way you're going to get it back upright is by listening to your intuition, because it's guiding you, it's showing you the way to go. Dreams are incredibly important at the moment. I know we talked about this the other day, but pay attention to what it is that you're dreaming about. Some of you might be dreaming about like a giant shopping mall. That's the karmic playground. If you're dreaming about like a giant shopping mall, you may have been there before in your dreams. There is something karmic that you are trying to overcome within your dream state so that you can bring that into your 3D reality. Pay attention to the people, places and things that you meet inside the karmic playground if you are in fact dreaming that you're there. If you're not, on the flip side, some of you may be accessing the Akashic records in your dreams. You may be looking for information and advice inside your Akashic records. Maybe for some of you, you're doing that without even trying. And if you can do that without trying, that's a really amazing skill to be able to have. And that's where the difference is. So for some of you, you're flitting between the karmic playground and the Akashic records, and that's exhausting anyway while you're in a dream state. So if you're waking up and you're feeling like you're absolutely fucking knackered and you've got no energy, you definitely need to be writing your dreams down at the moment. If you keep a dream journal, keep going with that. If you don't keep a dream journal, then get yourself a notepad and leave it next to your bed. Make sure you're writing down everything that you can remember from your dreams as soon as you wake up. Because there'll be something important, like I said earlier, about getting it out of your head and writing it down so that you can make the nonsense be sense. I didn't explain that very well. So your dreams might seem nonsensical, and when you're writing them down, it's going to be easier for you to process them. It's going to be easier for you to put the random bits in the right order, like a jigsaw puzzle is what they're showing me. But it's like one of those big beans jigsaw puzzles where you don't know whether you're coming or going because it's a whatsy jig. And that's going to be really important for you to be able to get this balance back. You've got to get yourself out of this I can't, it's not fair kind of energy, because, well, life's not fucking fair sometimes life fucking sucks. And what a lot of other readers are like, oh, it's a test from the universe. Not everything is a fucking test from the universe. Everybody needs to understand that. Some things are lessons, some things are blessings, and yeah, some things are tests, but the universe gives you exactly what you need whenever it is that you need it. So if you feel like you're being tested at the moment, especially if you feel like you've been repeatedly tested with a situation that you're going through, then change it up a little bit, do it just a little bit differently, and get yourself out of the it's not fair, I can't do this kind of energy, because when you sit in that for too long, it kind of snowballs until it really gets out of control. No wonder the Empress came out at the beginning upside down. Like, I can't stress enough, you've done the hard things, and your ego is telling you that something's going to be super difficult, maybe to get out of this it's not fair, I can't do this energy. But once you start putting that into practice and you set the wheels in motion, it's like baby steps then turn into normal steps, then they turn into giant leaps, and then all of a sudden you're where it is that you needed to be, and you've done it without even trying. Consistency is going to be the key here. As long as you're consistent with your healing, as long as you're consistent with doing things in the new kind of way so that this can be birth, then it's all going to come for you and come to you as well. It does feel like it's a bit of a clusterfuck, but hey ho, sometimes life's a clusterfuck and you need to unpiece it, or you need to unlearn something that has been drilled into you from a very young age so that you can get out of that. It's like, I'm going to share a very personal story now. When I think I was about 11, 12 maybe, I was just starting high school. My idiot mother's stupid fucking husband said to me I would never amount to anything. And honestly, I'm 43 years old now, and that stuck with me up until maybe about 6 or 7 months ago. And it only takes one person to say one thing that is totally not true and is an absolute projection of what they think to be pushed on you, so that it sticks with you forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And unlearning that kind of shit is really difficult. Allowing yourself to not listen to that kind of shit is also really difficult. No wonder you feel like something's not fair, or like it's not panning out how it's supposed to. Whoa. You got to get yourself in this queen energy just a little bit more. I mean, all 4 queens make the empress, don't they? And I think we've only got 2 out so far. 3. See, we've got all 3 of the queens, but we've not got all 4 of them, and there's another element that is missing. And I do feel like it's your subconscious, your ego telling you that you can't do something when actually you fucking can. Don't allow other people's projections of what they believe to be true for you actually to have an impact on your life, on your day-to-day, on a daily basis. Because the things other people think about you and the things other people say to you have actually got nothing to do with you. It's everything to do with them and nothing at all to do with you. So don't allow yourself to be made to feel like that by somebody or something that's actually inconsequential, because people come and go throughout your entire lifetime. And people, especially people that are close to you, like if you've got friends or family members that aren't being supportive at the moment, or that are telling you that you can't when actually you can, that's a real big deal, and it does rub off on you. I've got to remind you all, you're a byproduct of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So if you're spending your time with people that gaslight you and make you feel crazy and make you feel like you're a loser, then guess what you're automatically going to become? You're going to become those things, whether you mean for it to happen or whether you don't. And you're in control of your own energy. You're in control of your own intuition. And life would be so much easier if only there was an off switch or a mute button so that you could turn people off, so that you didn't have to listen to them. This is about your inner knowing being louder than the things that everybody is telling you, or the things that circumstances are presenting you with at the moment. Because honestly, circumstance can just go fuck itself. I felt that quite strongly this week. I'm not in the greatest of circumstances at the moment, as you know. I've been here for 4 months now, and tomorrow is day 365 of my personal universal rug pull, and the last 12 months have been hard as fuck. 365 days for me has felt like 10 lifetimes, all like smashed together, and I am such a different person now to the person that I was this time last year. So don't allow yourself to be gaslit by people. Don't allow your ego to like get the better of you, because when your ego gets the better of you, it is easy to feel like things aren't fair. It is easy for you to not listen to your intuition and feel like you're waiting around without making any progress or taking any action towards what it is that you want to be doing. I mean, there is action coming. It's just you've got to do the healing work. You've got to put one foot in front of the other and do the thing that it is that you're guided to do on a daily basis, even if that thing is fucking hard as fuck. Do you know how difficult it is at the moment for me to show up and just do these readings? You guys have absolutely no idea, because that's not something that I openly share on the internet, because that's an internal part of my healing process. But do it. Allow yourself to be authentic. Allow my guide to play in this little light of mine. I'm going to let it shine. I love this. The people who have dimmed you, they've got no right to fucking dim you. And this might sound like I'm being really harsh, but you're only being dimmed because you're allowing it to happen. Tell these people to shut the fuck up in the nicest possible way. Like, they don't have the right to project that kind of energy onto you to make you feel like you can't, when actually you can. So keep your dream journal, look at your shadow side, do the introspection, do the inner work, especially between now and the end of November while Mercury is retrograde, because it is a period where you should be introspective. And the more introspective you are, the quicker this wheel is going to turn for you, the quicker you're going to start believing in yourself again. But in order to get yourself out the corner, you have to take small, actionable and accountable steps on a daily basis, so that your intuition can be illuminated, so that what you believe in can actually come down into the physical, so that it can be something that you start seeing. I don't know where else I can take this, so I'm going to leave the tarot for now, but let's answer some of the questions in the chat, because there's absolutely loads. Hi, Evie B. Evie, oh, you're only 14, chicken. Bless you. When I was growing up, I had an incredibly horrible and very difficult time. My mother, the one person in the world that's supposed to protect you, she never stepped up for me. She never protected me in the way that she was supposed to, and her and her husband, between them, left me with some serious fucking trauma that I only started dealing with maybe 8 or 9 years ago. Some of it's not even gone, because that kind of shit, when you're told it all the time, it has a negative impact on you. It makes your subconscious believe something that's not fucking true. Evie, I am so sorry that you are going through that at the moment. I mean, I'm not advocating this for people, but if you are in a dangerous situation for your family, then you can always do what I did. I took myself to social services on my 13th birthday, and I asked if I could live somewhere away from my mother and her husband for my own sanity and for my own personal safety. And then I went to go and live with my friend and her parents and her little sisters. And honestly, that was a pivotal, life-changing kind of moment for me. If it hadn't have been for my friend's family stepping up for me, then my life would be incredibly difficult and different to how it is now. Difficulties happen on a daily basis because they are, in fact, just a part of life, but it's how we deal with the difficult circumstances. It's how we deal with the cards that were dealt, really, and how we listen to the things that other people say, and then if they are being hurtful or they're gaslighting you or being nasty or mean in some kind of way, you have to kind of let it run off your back, in the same kind of way that water runs off a duck's back when they've put the head in the water. If you know, like when a duck flips over to like catch some food out of the water or something, and then they flip back and like suddenly they're dry again. This is what's important. It's about how you allow your brain to process the bits of information that are projected on you by other people and other people's projections of you. Like I said on TikTok the other day, hurt people don't always hurt people, and if a hurt person is hurting you on purpose, it's got nothing to do with you and it's got everything to do with them. And I know that it's really difficult to not take those kind of things personally, but you kind of have to brush it off and shake it off you, because there are always going to be situations throughout your life until the day you die, probably, where things are going to happen like that, and it's how you deal with them. It's not that you're a weak person, it's the fact that these people, especially your friends and your family members that say these things, they're actually the weak ones. And for a lot of people that go through trauma in their early teens, childhood kind of era, they're usually people that are labelled as the black sheep of the family. There's nothing black sheepy about that. You're just incredibly different from the other people that you're around. And there's a reason for that. Evie, you've probably got some kind of higher calling in your life as you're growing up. Listen to what it is that your intuition is telling you at the moment, because it feels like it's really significant and it feels like it's incredibly important. Evie, CPS, that's Child Protective Services in America and Australia and stuff like that, isn't it? I don't know how their system works, and honestly, I'm 43 now. It was like a whole fucking 30 years ago when I took myself to social services, and I know that social services in England no longer works in the same kind of way. But if you've got some friends or another family member that you can go to and stay with them for a little bit, that might be helpful for your cause, like for you personally, because nobody should go through that level of trauma, especially when it's trauma that's brought on by their own parents or family members or older peers who honestly should know fucking better. It is a difficult job to carry generational trauma in the same kind of way that I carried generational trauma. Evie, it is, I know where you're coming from with what it is that you're saying, and I know that it's difficult, and I really understand personally on a very deep level how fucking hard it is to be the odd one out in your family, to be the weird one that's labelled a little bit crazy. But you're going to be the one that breaks those generational curses. And I made sure when my son was born that I didn't attach all the trauma that my parents gave me onto him. And as a parent and as a human being, it's your own trauma is your own responsibility, but the buck has to stop with somebody. And unfortunately, in my family and in your family, Evie, feels like the buck stopped with you, and it, in the same kind of way that it stopped with me. Your responsibility as you're getting older will be to make sure that you are breaking those generational curses, to make sure that you are healing your bloodline. And what people don't talk about is how much of a difficult job it is healing your own bloodline. I've talked about this before, but Evie, obviously, because you're younger, this probably won't apply to you, but like statistically, I should be some kind of like junkie, like getting in the corner somewhere, who has a completely different way of life. And it'd be very easy, especially considering the circumstances and the situations that I'm finding myself in at the moment. I should be just an other statistic. And I am so fucking hell-bent on making sure that that doesn't happen, because I've got this higher purpose. As long as you're doing the right things for yourself, for the right reasons, and you're allowing the trauma to not touch you as much as everybody's expecting that it will do, then these towers that keep on coming and getting thrown at you, and like it feels like you're banging your head against a wall repeatedly and you're not really getting the results. But it only takes one person, in the same kind of way that it took my friend's mum to be that one person that kind of lifted me out of it. And if it hadn't have been for her, then my life would be incredibly different. I probably wouldn't even be sat here right now, because I would have been just another statistic. In all honesty, if I'm very fucking clear with everybody, like if it hadn't have been for my friend's mum taking me in, and if it hadn't have been for the fact that I got pregnant by accident on my 18th birthday, I'd probably be dead by now, because I would have succumbed to things like addiction and circumstance and stuff like that. But when you listen to your intuition and you know intuitively on a very deep, visceral kind of level that you're meant for something more, then understanding and inner standing and overstanding that you're meant for something more comes out so that you can bring it into your day-to-day life. And for the fact, Evie, that you are so young, nobody at that age should have to go through that level of trauma. Nobody, when they're a child or a teenager, should feel like they don't have the support of their parents or their peers or the people that are around them, because it's more difficult when you're a child or when you're a young teen, to be able to process things like that, because obviously you've got other things to take into account, like hormones and things like that. You're not a fully grown person yet. Your brain's not finished developing. And when people attack you in that kind of way before your brain's finished developing, all you kind of know is trauma. So unlearning the things that have been pushed on you, whether it's been purposeful or whether it hasn't been, so that you can undo these things, so that you can see, actually, I'm not what it is that these people made me out to be. I'm not the bad guy in this situation. Evie, please don't ever let anybody make you feel like you are the bad guy in the situation, especially not your parents, because you're not. You're 14 years old, chicken. You should, like, your parents should know better than that. I'm sending you a huge hug across the internet right now, because, like, nobody should have to deal with that level of anything on a daily basis at such a young age. It's not fair, and the damage that it causes is lasting. I mean, like I said, I'm still unpicking at the age of 43 some of the trauma that my idiot mother and her fucking arsehole husband caused me while I was, like, between the ages of 9 and 13. And undoing that shit feels like it takes a lifetime. And no wonder, like, with the energy at the moment, Evie, no wonder you're feeling like you're backed into a corner by circumstance. This is your opportunity to, and it's everybody's opportunity that's watching this right now. If circumstance has got you feeling like you're backed into a corner, this is your chance to put your boxing gloves on and come out fucking swinging, come out fighting if you need to, because you're the most important thing in this situation, not what anybody thinks of you, not the way that anybody behaves towards you, because honestly, as humans, we deserve better. But when you are born into a family that's filled with generational curses and generational trauma and things like that, it is so difficult to feel like you can do something productive with that. And Evie, honestly, you are not bothering me at all in the slightest. I don't know if you would need proof of what it is that's going on, because obviously it was 30 years ago when I took myself to social services and I explained the situation. They gave me a social worker there and then. They rang around my friends to see if anybody had a space, and if nobody had a space, I would have had to have gone into a children's home or into foster care. And I did have to go into foster care eventually, because obviously my friend's mum had, not only my friend, but she had two younger daughters as well, and obviously when they got older they needed the bedroom. So there was a time that I spent in foster care, and did spend a few nights in children's homes and things like that as well. But that's like the start of your villain era, if you like. It's like the villain arc in your story, and it's how you deal with these things now. Don't internalize it. Find somebody that there is that you can talk to about what it is that you're going through at the moment. I don't know if you've got, like, a really good friend's mum or dad that you can rely on, or maybe a teacher or some kind of mentor or something like that, that can just be there for you, so that you can vent to them, so that they can give you practical advice that's going to be able to help you. Because obviously my practical advice for your situation is 30 years out of date, and I'm in a different country. So the things that I'm saying might, your boyfriend, yes, talk to your boyfriend about it, and maybe your boyfriend's parents, if they're nice people. There will be somebody in your country who will be able to advise you better than I can, because obviously I'm not up with CPS and the rules about it and things like that. But I don't know if you need any proof, but somebody around you will. Here in England, we have At all schools, they have what's called a child protection officer. If you have one of those people at your school, I would recommend that you go and talk to them. They'll be able to advise you if you need proof to go to CPS, or if there's anything that they can do to kind of assist you and stuff like that. But oh, Evie, I am so sorry that you are having such a shit time at the moment. As a parent, honestly, I could never imagine saying that kind of thing to not only to my son, but to my foster daughter as well, because I paid it back. We fostered my son's best friend for 3 years, and she came to live with us when she needed it, and I felt like I was doing her a proper solid in the same kind of way that my friend's mum did me a proper solid when I was growing up. Or you're homeschooled, or Evie, that does make things even more difficult, especially if you've got like nowhere to escape to and nowhere else that you can go to kind of let it out. Evie, if you live near like some woods or some fields or something like that where it's not a built up area, go outside and scream fuck really loud at the top of your voice, because I'm not advocating for you to be like going around screaming and shouting and swearing at everybody, but if you can do that in like a private space where nobody's going to hear you and nobody's going to call the police because you're screaming like a banshee. Why I advocate for doing that is the word fuck in itself. It opens up every single muscle inside your vocal cords, and your vocal cords are where your throat chakra is. So it will assist you in being able to speak your truth. Anna's got a good point there, Evie. There might be some children's charities in Canada that are able to help you. Here in England, we have like the NSPCC, which is the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children, and they do some absolutely great things. I don't know what there is that you've got in Canada that might be similar, but swearing's not bad. You see, I'm a chronic swearer. I am. I'm just going to put it right out there. I've always sworn, and not because there's not a better word to use, because quite a lot of the time there is, but sometimes, like, fuck is the best thing that you can say. Sometimes it might be to some people like it's just a joining word that you can like sling in a sentence, but like fucking fuck, it makes you feel better when you say it. And if you say it enough, and you unblock your throat chakra, it's going to assist you in being able to speak up and speak out on the things that are important for you. Evie, like I said, I believe that you've got some kind of higher calling, some kind of higher purpose in this life for you to do something incredibly amazing and incredibly awesome. And it feels like advocating for people that are in similar situations to you right now is going to be something that's quite helpful for you. It's also going to be quite healing for you. If there are some charities in Canada or something like, exactly, I knew you were going to say something like that. See, that's going to be something that's really great for you, because you'll be able to heal all this generational trauma that's kind of being dropped on you like a sandbag from a great height at the moment. You're going to be able to use everything that you've learned, because what it is that you're going through is a learning process, and there will be things within that you're going to be able to use so that you can help people going forward. Anna's on it this morning. Anna, thank you so very much for your help. Evie, get in touch with Save the Children Canada, whether you do that by email, whether you give them a call or something like that. I do feel like there's going to be something absolutely amazing. Oh, bless you, Anna, thank you so much. Evie, Anna's leaving some good charities that you might want to approach in the comments, and approach them, ask them for some kind of assistance, and see if there's some kind of program that you can be involved in your local area where it's filled with kids that are of a similar age to you, so that you can have some experience of being around other people who've been in a similar situation. Because when you can talk to people about what it is that you're going through and they're going through the same thing, it allows you to have like a bit more of an understanding about what it is that's going on. When I was going through all that stuff when I was younger, I had nobody to talk to. I had no support at all because there wasn't really anything available apart from living with my friend's parents. And they didn't understand what it was that I was going through because they were lucky and blessed not to have that kind of trauma in their household. And some people are very blessed and lucky to not have that like level of trauma around them. But like I said earlier, if you are in a situation where you're the black sheep of the family and you're getting all this trauma dumped on you, there's definitely some kind of long lasting, long standing higher purpose to everything that it is that you've been through. You need that knowledge that you're gaining right now so that you can do something great with it, so that you can stop having things like that happen to other people in the future. I know the feeling that you mean, Evie, not feeling mentally safe around people. It's not a pleasant feeling. It's not a pleasant feeling at all. And honestly, I wish that there was so much more that I could do for you than just like chatting to you like we all are now. If I was in Canada, you could come and stay with me for a bit. Not in like a weird kind of way, but just in like a this is a safe space kind of way, because it sounds like really at the moment that's what it is that you need. And when you've got no safe space, especially while you're so young, it does become more volatile. It makes it be a little bit more of a dangerous ground for you to walk on. I don't actually know anybody that lives in Canada. I don't know, apart from by using the internet, I don't know who there is that you could turn to and what it is that they could do for you, because I'm not up on things like that. Evie, it's so terrible that your mum wasn't prepared to step up for you in the way that she should have done, and I really can relate to that. I went through some horrid shit that could have been avoided when I was in my late childhood, early teen kind of years, and but if I had have avoided it, then I wouldn't be able to be here helping people in the way that I'm helping people at the moment. But Evie, listen to your intuition, reach out to some of these charities that Anna's mentioned in the comments. The Children's Aid Foundation of Canada and Save the Children Canada, even if it's just to talk to a human that might understand what it is that you're going through and where it is that you're coming from, somebody who can like spin you round and point you in the right kind of direction. Or Evie, if your boyfriend's got a phone that you can use, or your boyfriend's parents have got a phone that you can use, go and use theirs. That is probably the best bit of advice that I can give you. And Evie, if you're physically shaking, that's because your nervous system is actually fried at the moment, and nobody should have a fried nervous system at the age of 14. That I can definitely relate to that completely. It sounds like you're in a really difficult situation, and honestly, I wish that there was something more that I could do for you. Like if I was near you somewhere, like I would come and pick you up and give you a fucking massive hug. So you'll just have to mend and make do on them through the internet, I'm afraid, because that's the best that I've got right now. But like Matafix said in the song Big City Life, don't let the system get you down, because it's when you get down and you're in the dumps and then you stay down in the dumps, it makes everything seem like it's a hell of a lot more of a big deal than it actually is. And I don't mean that to sound like I'm trying to minimize your problems or anything like that, because I'm definitely not. But when things get on top of you, it kind of compresses you and crushes you, and nobody should be made to feel like that by another person. Hurt people, and whatever trauma it is that your parents have been through, they've got no right to kind of bung all that on top of you, especially not when you're as young as you are. And I'm glad that I've been able to help this morning, and I'm glad that I've been able to relate to some of the things that you're going through and make you feel like you're not so on your own, because I know how isolating it is to be in a situation at the age that you are, where you feel isolated from absolutely everybody and you don't know which way to turn to kind of do the right thing if everybody's